we wanted, first of all, to remind ourselves that we don't reflect enough about the history of what has happened in architecture. Our memory is so limited that we think that the history of architecture ends in the work of a few architects. And so one of the exhibit really tries to really present you a snapshot of what has happened in Indian architecture over the last 3,000 or 4,000 years, and just picks up examples. So in one frame, you can see 4,000 years of what has happened in architecture in India. The other frame, the other panel, really talks about lost architects. So there are a lot of lost architects. They've done incredibly good work, they've done very serious work, but they're not in our reckoning at all. And there is a need to begin to start looking and finding those people. And there are lots of these sort of people who are doing incredible work, and we seem to be looking at the work of people who talk about it, but not the work of people who don't talk about it. The third thing, which is really this thumbprint. So when you see it from a distance, it looks as a set of thumbprints, and of course, the thumbprint is one of the most powerful ideas of human identity. So if you go a little closer and then you begin to find that those thumbprints, the walls of the thumbprints, actually text that is written. And what we did is that we researched almost about 50, 60 or 70 years of protest prose and protest poetry. So if you start looking at the walls, we knew that there would be a certain effort taken in reading those walls. So after every protest prose or after every set of protest prose and protest poetry, we've slipped in this little line that says, and yet we build glass boxes. And that was slipped in intentionally in a manner in which you don't notice it. And even in here you don't notice it in the city. We continue to build our cities in absolutely senseless ways of what the idea of the city should be. We stamp a certain sense of conformity, a certain kind of sense of sameness that begins right down from Kanyakumari, which is wet and humid and it rains a lot, right up to Kashmir, which is cold and it snows and it's kind of dry, to the east, to the west. It doesn't matter geographically, it doesn't matter culturally, it doesn't matter socially, it doesn't matter programmatically. We seem to have found this silly glass box that seems to be our answer for everything that we do.